Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. As you can see, I'm riding this crisis out like everybody else, working at home. But I just wanted to give you my thoughts and on what I was thinking and seeing and kind of where we go from here together. Especially since the S&P on Tuesday finally kind of broke its downward trend, even though we're still seeing huge up and down daily swings. So listen, I hear a lot of the talking heads out there on TV and in the papers and everything talking about how they think once this crisis is over, then we're going to get back to normal and the economy is going to come roaring back in the second part of the year, second half of the year. Well, listen, I hope that's the case, and I hope they are absolutely correct. But let me tell you what, I don't see it playing out that way. I just don't. And let me tell you why. The reason I say that is because, one, we're coming into corporate earnings season, and most companies have yet to revise any of their earnings in any meaningful way or give any future guidance due to the impact on their companies regarding this crisis. And they're going to have to revise downward. It's just the way it is. I mean, there's just no way around it. And secondly, what we just saw today with the passing of the stimulus bill, what they're calling a stimulus bill, is the feds are not doing a stimulus. It is a complete and total rescue, which is well needed, but it's not a stimulus. It's a rescue. This isn't the feds pouring dollars into the financial system in order to create a wealth effect like they did in 2008 when the financial markets seized up. Instead, this is to buy time for the economy to jumpstart itself from a complete and total shutdown. The supply chains are going to have to start flowing again to meet demand. So, with that being said, let's face it. Even if the government sounds the all clear alarm, people are still not going to just be jumping back out there. They're going to be reluctant to get back out in droves for some time. I just had this discussion with my father regarding church. You know, Easter Sunday's coming up, and even if they sound the alarms that everything is okay, I doubt Easter services are going to be very populated this year. So why in the world am I sharing all of this with you? And what's the plan? Look, I know your emotions are running on overload right now, and so are mine. There are tons of folks out there that are worried about losing it all. Their jobs, their retirement, their investments, taking care of their families, aging parents, their churches, their charities, their communities. And hey, listen, I'm right there. I'm right there with you. But let me just say, that's why it's important to have a process and not try to pick the bottom. The markets are whipsawing back and forth, and that's when it's the most risky. And that's why we are only buying those companies that are the best of the best and are the world's best. And even then, we're nibbling back into it, which some of you have already seen with me buying into Microsoft and Apple. Most people think by shortening the time frame, because these markets are so volatile, shortening the time frame is going to make things a whole lot easier and a lot better. And I'm here to tell you, those who take a long-term approach and take a long-term view are the ones that will capture the lion's share of the profits. Now, we're going to get through this. As the president says, we're going to get through this, and we're going to get through it together, and there's no doubt that we will. And as long as the markets are moving, there's potential for profits. And it's my job to help you find them and to protect you in the meantime. So hang in there. We're going to be nibbling away at this market. Hang in there, and we'll make it through together.